Welcome to Phoenix Rising. You're here to hear my life story. First of all, thanks for sticking by. To understand this story, you have to go back 13 years of my life. When I graduated high school in 2005, I weighed 210 pounds. I made some decisions. I moved out. Time went by over and over and over again. Started not caring about, what I put in my body. And I didn't look at my body the way I do now. That being said, I went from 210 pounds up to 250 relatively quickly. I had my own money. I just said, let's go get Taco Bell. Let's go. A couple hours later, we would go to Burger King. A couple hours later, we'd have McDonald's for lunch. And then late night stacks. We go to, Walmart midnight and just buy all the food I could possibly eat. Cheetos, stuff for sandwiches. Very rarely would I eat anything healthy. I would just stay up all night, playing video games, drinking 2 liters a day. Some time went by. 2014 was when I got married. I couldn't even stand on a scale no more because it only went to 400 pounds. And I ended up weighing in at the doctor's office, actually. And I was about 475 pounds and some change. I don't remember what the change was. But I was like, wow, we're approaching the 500-pound mark, so we got to go to the gym. I did what anyone would normally do at that situation. I started working out, grinding away. I'd lose a little bit of weight. I'd get down to like 450. And nothing would change. And I'd go through day in, day out. I'd go like, in my mind, I was like, if I'm burning all these calories, let's just go to McDonald's. But instead of making that my only meal of the day, I would go and eat like Burger King later on. If anyone knew me back then, they would know my car was like a rolling trash can because I just have McDonald's wrappers to here to Timbuktu. And I mean, especially when the Monopoly game came around, I was just eating there all the time and not caring about how much I weighed, anything like that. I found myself at 475 pounds and, it worked out. Nothing, like I said, nothing changed. And it kept going and it kept going. And I finally got down to like 400 pounds. And I found myself, I want to say it was around 450. In 2018, I decided, all right, no, I think it was 2017. I decided, all right, let's go and try to be vegetarian. So I gave up meat and all that good stuff. And around the same time, it worked because like anything, when you first started, it works. So with that being said, I did it for a little bit. It worked. I lost some pounds. I got down to like 430, but then the magic started happening, guys. I found the ketogenic lifestyle. I watched a couple YouTubers on that. One of them is Thomas DeLauer. I'm sure if anyone's in the keto world knows who Thomas DeLauer is. And I started getting into the whole science of weight loss. It took me a minute to realize that in order to lose weight, you have to get your mind right. It all starts up here. For me, personally, to make that decision to go to keto was one of the hardest things I ever did. I like bread, pasta, potatoes, all that stuff. Cookies, Doritos. I could go on forever. You know, and I'd still like that food today. I ain't gonna front. Diet. And I shredded down to 400 pounds, practicing a keto / intermittent fasting lifestyle. So I went from about 450 to 400. So 3 months went by. Found myself around 400 pounds. I was like, sweet. But guess what happened? We hit the old dreaded plateau, which this time around, by the way, fast forward to today, I did hit the 400 pound plateau, but we'll get around to tell you how I beat that in a minute. So I hit the plateau and I was like, well, I don't need to do this diet no more. We got to 400 pounds, but like in my head, I was okay, and I accepted the fact that it's okay to be 400 pounds. Like, I took it as a win, but I didn't realize I still had a lot of work to do. And I jumped off keto. Funny story, it actually started at Taco Bell. I went to Taco Bell and yeah, never looked back. So all that work I put in, I was going to the gym every day, working out hard, went to Taco Bell, but I wasn't mentally strong enough. And I fell off hard. And if anyone's done keto, you know, if you go off keto, it's really hard. You gain a lot of your weight back real quick, because when you're in the ketogenic realm of the diet world, a lot of the weight that you lose is water weight, like right off the rip, because insulin drops and your body expels water. That's why it's important to drink a lot of water, potassium, salt, magnesium. Those things are really key in a ketogenic diet. If you're first starting out and you don't know nothing about it, those things are key. So I ballooned up because I was eating a lot of carbs, retained a lot of water, wasn't mentally strong, was standing on the scale, boom, 410 turned into 420, and I was back up to 430, back to 450, and I was just like, we're heading back there, guys, we're heading back. And in my mind, I was like, we can't have this happen. So we went back to keto, dropped it all the way back down to 400 pounds, and did the same thing all over again. Only this time we went to McDonald's and we snapped that way. We did it really well. We got down to, I think it was like 398. I was like, in my mind, I was like, we hit a win. Let's go celebrate. And I wasn't mentally strong enough yet neither. And I didn't realize I kept sabotaging myself because I couldn't accept the fact that I was doing something good for myself. So fast forward to this year, pandemic hits, quarantine, boom, locked up, can't go nowhere. I was like talking with my wife. She was like, let's do Weight Watchers, because she had done it in the past. I was like, Weight Watchers is for girls. Like, I don't want to do Weight Watchers. But I found out that, you know, Weight Watchers just isn't for girls, guys. There's a lot of guys that do Weight Watchers and have good luck with it. So I was like, all right, we'll try it. But we're going to experiment something. It threw me on. This was fast forward to May of this year. May of this year, I think. I weighed in at Weight Watchers at 432 pounds. That was my starting weight in May. And I got the green plan. Gave me 80-something points. So that's a lot of food. And to this day, this very day, I have issues with the amount of points that they give me, because I track it in my fitness pal as well. And they're trying to say I need to eat like 3,500 calories a day. And maybe I do, maybe I don't. I have problems with that. I got to try to get over that, I guess. I just don't, I'm afraid to overeat, you know what I'm saying? But, so, a few days go by. I was like, all right, we did green for a little while. I was like, that's 2 points. We're going to knock it down to blue. But let's try an experiment. And this is what I've been currently doing to this day. I have taken keto, intermittent fasting lifestyle, and Weight Watchers, the 3 greatest things I think that you could possibly do for yourself, and we merged them together. We put ourselves in the purple plan because on purple you can have a lot of like the fatty foods and they're free. Like eggs are free for me now. So where I know the other plans are not free, so they don't count towards my points. I get 45 points a week or 45 points a day plus extras. So that's plenty. And I practice intermittent fasting 16 to 20 hours a day. So it helps me. That 45 points for a lot of people is not that many points, but when you're fasting until 2 to 3 o'clock and you done fasting at like 8, 9 o'clock, that's not a whole lot of time to eat food. So I eat my allotted points and we shut it down. After we eat our points, we go back to fasting. We start all over the next day. I still eat the amount of calories I'm supposed to eat. I track in MyFitnessPal. It's a roughly 2,000 calorie diet a day. But, so that's why I can get away with cheat days. Cheat days may not work for everyone. Like on the weekend, I try to not fast because I don't want my body to get used to fasting. You gotta have tools in the toolbox, guys. And at the end of the day, fasting, tool. Keto, tool. Weight Watchers, it's all a tool. And if you can have the tools in your toolbox, then you can overcome all kinds of things. On July 1st, I was like, all right, gyms are closed, can't go to the gym, can't work out. And I had this overwhelming, so I'm eating healthy, I'm eating clean. I had this overwhelming success to go work out. And I was like, all right. I saw some guy actually on YouTube, and I think it was 100,000 steps in a day. And it's like 50 miles. I was like, I could do that. Apparently it's the world record, in case anyone's wondering. So that's kind of what we're working towards. And maybe on day 100, give a comment down below if you'd like to see me try to go for that record. I think it'd be kind of interesting to go try for it, to be honest. I feel like to go on day 100 to do 100,000 steps would be kind of cool. Maybe I'll do that. Leave a comment down below if you agree with that. 50 miles in a day. Yeah, that's brutal, guys. I tell you what, that'd be brutal. But it's like 4 miles every hour for 24 hours. So I don't know, my math might not be right, but it's something like that. But so I started that journey. I got to the end of the 30 days. And at the end of the 30 days of 10,000 steps, I realized something, that you can really accomplish anything as long as you have your mind right. Diet, weight loss, anything. There's nothing you can't accomplish. So for me personally, I was like, let's see how far we can take this. And 30 days turned into 62 days. And 62 days has turned into now 75 days. I think the one thing that I have learned the most from 10,000 steps is the powerfulness. It frees your mind, first of all. The amount of clarity in your brain when you're out walking, you got your headphones in, you're just jamming. It's awesome. You got the fresh air. You're moving. Yeah, sometimes it's hard. But for me, the more I've realized, the more you do 10,000 steps, the easier it gets. But you have to challenge yourself. At this point in my journey, I don't feel like it's challenging anymore. So either we got to step up and rise up and change the amount of distance that we're going. But we are scared to do that in lieu of fear of failing. Winter's coming, and I'm gonna make a whole lot of excuses, but winter's coming, you know, it's getting easy. I'm gonna have to do it in the gym. Michigan winters are just absolutely brutal. I'm just kind of, that's why I posted that video the other day, because I don't know what I'm gonna do, but who knows, maybe we'll get to day 100 and we'll see what happens. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna quit, and I'm not gonna say I'm gonna keep it going, but I do think to do 100,000 steps in that day, that would be a fun challenge, and I think I might try that. I feel like that'd be a good way to send it out, you know what I'm saying? Just say I attempt 100,000 step challenge. Like I said, leave a comment down below if you think that'd be a great idea. As we sit today, this very moment in time, 385 pounds. I feel better. I don't even recognize myself anymore. I credit a lot of what that has become to 10,000 steps. Yeah, I've been eating relatively clean. At the end of the day, I think personally 10,000 steps has been the game changer that has set me apart from everything else. It is truly an impactful decision to make on your life. And if you guys want me to do the 100,000 step challenge on day 100, I figured it out. It's 50 miles, 100,000 steps. You just gotta go get it, guys. That's the bottom line of it all. And I've learned a lot in this journey, and I've went through a lot to get where I am today. And as much as I want to quit and go back to eating burritos all day long, the amount of work that I put in to lose 52 pounds, not only is that a great accomplishment, it's a great thing to have, to say, hey, I did that. And our journey's just now starting. You know, we're still at 385. There's still a lot of work to be done. So if you guys want to go along this journey with me, or maybe you just want to see 100,000 steps, one step for each thing. If this video, and I mean this, and I'm a man of my word, if this video can get to 100,000 likes, I will do one step for every like. And I will walk 50 miles. I will record a video on it, and I will put it on YouTube for everyone to see. If I can give you guys any word of advice, just go watch any of my other videos, because if you change your mind, you change your life. Everything starts upstairs in your brain. You gotta live one day at a time. Don't regret the past. Move forward. Change is hard, guys. You're not gonna change in one day. You're not gonna change overnight. You're not gonna change in 5 days, 6 days, 10 days. Most times it takes years to change, and I'm still struggling with that myself, trying to figure that part out. So with that being said, I hope you guys have taken something away from this video. Maybe you learned something. If you want to see 100,000 steps on October 7th, like, comment, subscribe. With that being said, fly like the Phoenix, folks. Phoenix, peace.